Who wants to start? Any questions here?
Yeah, talk a little bit about when you look at their side of the ball, what you see.
Well, what I see is a well-coached team. I think they have a very big offense and physical line up front. I think they've got good skill on the outside, and the running backs are very good. And obviously, we faced the quarterback when he was playing at Purdue. So they got a very well-coached team, and I think it's going to be a big challenge for us to make sure that we're in the right spots and have our eyes in the right spots. What they do, they can get us on the edges. We got to be concerned about that, and they can throw the ball deep.
Have you been so dominant on defense, especially towards the end of the year?
I think that's a good question there. Our guys really came together, I thought, towards the end of the year there, the last 3 games, and the way they practiced, and they never gave up, and they took the challenge on to be the best they can be, and never saw quit. I thought the preparation was good the last 3 weeks of the season, and it obviously showed up on Saturdays.
What has Desmond King done for the Stephens? Obviously, they don't throw at him a lot now, but he's still just his presence is big.
Well, I think what he does as a player. He's a good tackler. He's a good cover guy. He's very aware of what's going on in the football game. I think the energy that he brings, and not only on the defensive side, but also in the return game.
What's your level of concern now at cornerback? Because you're going to start your 4th, and you got one more after that.
Well, I think they all been practicing. They've been getting the same amount of reps the whole year, so I'm not really concerned with that. I think they're all ready to go, so I'm excited to see what they can do, and the way the guys prepare and done a great job all week, so I'm happy with the way they're doing it.
Is that a kind of a training ground for them because you lose Desmond, you lose Greg?
It's a great opportunity for them, and obviously will project back into the spring ball.
Do you see Josh Jackson as kind of right now he'd be the next guy in starting not only this game but next year?
Yeah, I think he has a good opportunity. Obviously, that's a long ways away, but he's been doing a good job all year with our sub packages, and I thought he played well when he went in there at the end of there with Nebraska.
When you get 2 defenses that are as highly touted going into this game, I know you face them indirectly, but how much pride do you take in showing them up, so to speak?
Well, I don't know if that. I think they're a well-coached defensive team, and we talk about that. We want to be the best defensive team on the field, and you got to be physical, you got to be tough, you got to be tough-minded, and it's going to be a challenge for us with all the skill they have on offense. So, every day they came to work, and I think we have a good plan for them, and now we have to go out and execute.
With this much time to plan, do you throw new facets into this defense, try and create some confusion for this Gators team?
Well, I think we are who we are, and I think the things that we have to do is the preparation, is understanding what plays they might run against us, and anything that probably hurt us the whole season. I'm sure they're looking at some games, a Penn State game, anything that we probably lost or gave up big points. They're probably going to look back at that like we do and say, hey, we need to work on these, even though they might not run that play.
Being short a corner, how do you anticipate that shaping your personnel packages?
I think it's right now we're in good shape right now with our sub packages, so I'm not concerned about that right now. I think we're in good shape with that. We have enough guys out there to play our full sub packages.
Who's your 4th cornerback?
Our 4th cornerback?
Yeah.
We can put Hooker in there as a chance. He's been working, a lot there, and so I'm not really concerned about that right now. But he's done a good job out there too.
What about your backup linebackers now? I mean, Hockaday kind of moved into that second team at both weak side and middle linebacker. What does that say for Menz and for Jones and some of your other guys?
Well, I think this says that Jags has really done a good job in preparation there. So I think he's kind of stepped up his game a little bit better and improved, and so it kind of helps out. And then Aaron Menz, he's a guy that can go in there and help us out there too. I think he's a good football player, and he still keeps on learning. I think he's done a really good job this week too.
How has this month helped guys like Lattimore, Wilson, maybe Brady Reef moved inside?
Oh, it's unbelievable how much improvement. Because the first couple of weeks, it was just Iowa versus Iowa, and I think they've done a great job of improving and getting all them extra reps, and probably giving our, the other guys a little bit of a rest. So we see great jumps and improvements from both guys.
Coach, how about unit-wide? The last 3 games you guys were so strong. Do you see that you've made even more improvement now after the Nebraska game until now?
Yeah, I think so. I think, besides giving them guys some time off, obviously doing finals, and they didn't have much work there, but I think over the time this last month, there's some great improvement with our whole team.
Next year, you guys have several defensive ends coming online.
what are you going to do with all those bodies at defensive end? I know Reese talked about maybe moving some guys. Have you guys gotten that far yet?
I don't think we really got that far. We're going to have to wait till we get them in camp or we get them in the summertime, see how they develop. Bringing young guys in and saying, hey, you're going to be here, you're going to be there, it's kind of tough. Just like Cedric, hey, he started out at end and said, okay, well, the time that we got to two-a-days, he was 280 pounds, so, you're sliding in. So that was helpful, and he was good with that, and I think he's really improved the last 2 or 3 weeks.